Climate change is a long-term change in the measures of climate lasting for an extended period as a result of changes in the atmospheric interactions of geographical, geological, and biological factors, which in a layman's language means global temperatures and warmth are on the increase due to changes in environmental, atmospheric, earth-integrated system of ocean waters, glacial vegetation, and others, which produces negative effects due to changes in the above or aforementioned factors that are affected by both physical, human, and other factors, which also produces changes in global temperatures, precipitations, wind patterns due to drastic change in climate normals, or the climate for 9 decades. Since 1800, global temperatures has been on the increase, with the highest increase recorded from 2011 to date. Factors that are responsible for climate change can be physical, human, and other factors. The physical factors, which are factors in the atmosphere or earth integrated system that has the ability of increasing temperatures at the surface. We have A. Changes in earth orbital pattern, which over the years have shifted from cyclical to elliptical in recent times, as well as the inclination of the earth to the apparent movement of the sun. B. We have variations in solar radiation leading to increase in heat content, which has the capability to drive earth atmospheric circulation of water and heat content. C. We have increase in sulfur dioxide and other aerosols as they tend to increase in the stratosphere due to increase in volcanic and other activities, which has the ability of reducing atmospheric transparency and thus increase solar radiation that reaches the earth and deplete the ozone. D. We have changes in carbon conversion system in the atmosphere due to increase in tectonic activities and human activities. Tectonic activities are changes in the earth plates due to faulting or tilting, as well as 2. We have human activities that are responsible for climate change, which are A. Increase in the emission of greenhouse gases from industrial flaring of gases, burning of fossil fuels, and increase in agricultural activities like cattle rearing and the use of fertilizer, as cattle tend to produce a high amount of methane from its dungs, as well as carbon dioxide from its breath. So all this has a way of increasing the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, which also has the power to decrease or deplete the ozone in the stratosphere. Other human activities are combustion from cars or power generation sites, agricultural practices like deforestation and bush burning. All these aforementioned factors will change climate normals and readaptation, leaving Earth to be more warmer with severe climatic consequences or effects. These effects are as follows. 1. We have physical effects like increase in rainfalls, especially in the tropical and oceanic areas. We also have irregular rainfalls and drought in dry climates or dry regions. Heat waves will increase in temperate regions, leading to flash flooding and increase in the sea level due to thawing of ice in the polar region, which we have seen from over time. D, we have decrease in polar ice caps, which are reducing at the moment and thawing to leave a deep sea of water in the Arctic or subarctic region. All these affirmation effects will lead to coastal disasters in the coastal regions that will bring about high amount or usual occurrence of hurricanes that will also change or increase the water cycle. G, we have reduction and extinction in biodiversity, as many plants and animals will be lost during flooding and bush burning, while others that will be alive will migrate from the temperate region towards the polar region that will now be cooler and home like temperate areas where they formerly reside. We also have increase in bush burning that will lead to a great disaster to human habitation and animals in those areas. Human effects or its effects on human will be increase in diseases, especially increase in malaria due to flash flooding and increase in rainfall. We also have increase in respiratory diseases like we have seen over the years, where we have had SARS, anthrax and COVID. These diseases might increase due to heat and hurricane, as well as other impurities in the Earth atmospheric condition. Human transportation, government spending will also be affected as uncertainty will increase, like we have seen over the years, where we have recorded or seen great amount of respiratory diseases like SARS, anthrax, COVID, bush burning in Australia, as well as hurricane in Katrina, Andrews, and the Philippines. Solutions to these problems associated with climate change will be cutting down of greenhouse gases emission, as certain governments are calling on others on a global scale to change the gas emission through conferences, legislation, and other boycotts. Because greenhouse gases are essential to the ecosystem only at an optimal rate, but increased flaring in these gases tend to be harmful to the ecosystem. Another solution will be increase in afforestation, as we have seen as many Asian states are now developing green cities and Dubai. Increase in oxygen and optimal temperatures in the atmosphere, as we have seen in Dubai, as their government are producing huge fountain parks all around the country in the Arab Emirates. 4. We have decrease in cattle ranching, as well as increase in cultivation or rearing of alternate sources of meat products. We also have use of electric cars and other sustainable energies like solar system. The use of organic fertilizers will take over other forms of fertilizers that are inorganic, that has the ability of leading to climate change. Lastly, through legislation, government should try to change what has occurred on a global scale in climate change, and everybody should try to strive for environmental balance through conscious effort and choices. Through legislation, government should make laws to change what has occurred in the area of climate change, while everybody should try to strive for environmental balance through conscious effort and choices that will lead to sustainable ecosystem. Read the content page very critically and watch the videos to be able to answer your quizzes and take up your questions in this lesson.